Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of technical analysis on the Ethereum chart. We're going to be talking about the possibility that Ethereum may be about to break some important levels of resistance and start a little bit of an altcoin run that could potentially start a little bit of a Bitcoin run here in Q2 of 2018. I think we're all ready for a cryptocurrency bull run. I think we are all very much ready for that. If you haven't made your position by now, I don't know what you're waiting for, because we are very, very far retraced from the all-time high in a lot of these cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is down right around 70% from its all-time high. Ethereum is down more than that, if my memory of my math is serving me correctly. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's get right into it. Ethereum is currently trading at, I should say, 410 US dollars. Its market capitalization is right around 40 billion US dollars, and its circulating supply, you guys all know the circulating supply, it's right around 99 million Ethereum. It is up 3.6% in the last 24 hours, according to CoinMarketCap. Let's do a little bit of background on where the market has come in 2018 so that we can really get an idea of what may happen in the rest of 2018. If we're going to say that Ethereum is going to start an altcoin run, then we're going to need to have a little bit of history to see what may cause that. So let's get right into that. The first thing that we want to look at here is the market capitalization of all of cryptocurrency. I've talked about this in a couple of videos before, but I want to show you guys this chart because there are some important things on this chart. If we click here from YTD, which stands for year to date, then we can see that the market capped out right around $820 billion, and it retraced all the way down here to about $280 billion. Let's see if I can get my cursor there so you can see that. 276, yeah, but so it bottomed out right around 275, $280 billion, and then a couple days ago, in the middle of March, we bottomed out again. We double bottomed there, right around $275 billion again. So that was a very important level of support, and unfortunately, we broke it, and we fell all the way down to right around $240 billion. If I remember correctly, this fell to around $235 billion. Which is unfortunate. We were below that double bottom now. It would have been nice to have held that, but unfortunately we did break it. Right now we're right around $260 billion. The market is retraced over 66% from its all-time high. It is retraced quite a lot. Quite a lot, actually. Let's move on to the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin's dominance is currently 44%, which means, for the people that are new here, it means that 44% of all valuation in cryptocurrency is in Bitcoin. So if we look at this chart here, we're on year-to-date also for the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin's dominance has gradually been rising over the course of the year, ever since its all-time high from a market dominance right around 33% up to around 45 to 46% a little while ago. We're sitting right around 44%, and Ethereum's its kind of yearly high for its dominance was right around 22%. This was just a little bit after it peaked out right around $1,400. Its dominance was quite high, and it's been tapering off ever since. A lot of the altcoins have been losing a lot of value. A lot of the value has been moving back into Bitcoin, which is common for consolidation. A lot of times in a bear market for cryptocurrency, a lot of the valuation moves back into Bitcoin because Bitcoin's the more trusted asset. People start making a lot more speculative. Well, everything's speculative in cryptocurrency. People start making a lot more highly speculative investments in bull markets. They don't make so many in bear markets, which kind of explains this trend. But Ethereum has been losing a lot of dominance, and as we can see, it's kind of flattened out here, and Bitcoin has kind of started to taper off a little bit. Ethereum has been gaining a little bit, which doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's important to look at this chart because we can realize that Ethereum is very much pulled back. And if we look at the charts for the two coins respectively, we can see this pretty clearly, because when the entire cryptocurrency market bottomed out and flushed out on February the 6th, Ethereum pulled back to right around $600, and Bitcoin pulled back right around to $6,000. But as we can see, Ethereum is trading significantly lower than its February 6th bottom, but Bitcoin never went back to its February the 6th bottom. In fact, the lowest it ever went was $500 above its February the 6th bottom. So a lot of valuation has left Ethereum. So anyway, guys, that's the stage that I wanted to set for what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So let's get into the technical analysis portion of my Ethereum, my commentary on Ethereum. So I made a video a little while ago talking about this little consolidation pattern that I was hoping Ethereum would break bullish out of, but unfortunately pretty much the entire market tanked, and Ethereum kind of led the charge with this. It broke bearish out of this, and ever since we've been falling back all the way down to this level of support that I talked about here. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did call $400 as the bottom for Ethereum, and we fell back down to right around 370 to 380. And the reason I called that valuation as the bottom for Ethereum, we're on the Ethereum over US dollar chart, obviously, is because, let's see if we can get here to 4 hours so we can see this a little bit more clearly. Come on, chart. I'm sorry, my chart is loading very slowly. Come on. Come on. the people here have very important things to do. All right. So as we can see, this line, this horizontal line right here represents $370, which is right around where it bottomed out. I called $400, and the reason I called $400 is because we had a nice little double bottom right here to establish that valuation as being a level of support. And also back here during 2017, a lot of you, if you were around back then, you will have known that there was a very important bullish consolidation pattern here where we had a double top right around $380 to $400, and then we had an uptrend. And I remember before I made the YouTube channel, I called this as a breakout, and that's exactly what happened. We had a cap here. We had resistance here at $400, and we went all the way up to $1,400. I called this. I didn't trade this, but I did call it, and it happened just like clockwork. So $400 is a very important level for Ethereum. And right now we're straddling that level. If we come back in here to the 2 hour, or actually let's go to the hour so we can see a little bit better. Then we can see that we're trading right around this 1 hour, this 1 hour. We're trading right around this $400 valuation here, and currently we're back above $400. So that's a very good thing. We want to maintain that $400 level. We don't really want to go below $370, $360, which is where we bottomed out. You can still call this a $400 level of support. It was broken somewhat severely, but only by a few percent, so you can still call $400 right around there a pretty important level of support. Because, guys, the thing about trend lines and levels of support and resistance is that they're more like support and resistance areas than levels. So keep that in mind. It's not a razor's edge thing where if you break below it for 2 seconds then the entire market's going to crash. It's not the way that works. But anyway, with that said, let's move on to the next reason why I believe that Ethereum might be about to do something. I think it's just a big reason why I think this is because Ethereum is very overextended. It has pulled back quite a bit more than Bitcoin. And a lot of times this happens during, well, close to the end of bear markets. Normally bear markets don't take this long, but normally a lot of the valuation tends to move back into Bitcoin, and then when a run starts, some of the valuation starts moving back into the altcoins. We see this kind of cycle happen quite often. So let's come out here to the day chart. There's several things I want to point out here. 4 things, actually. The first thing I want to point out is the death cross on Ethereum that everybody was freaking out about. It is happening today as I'm recording this video. If we scroll in here, this moving average coming down here to touch this moving average. This one is the 50-day moving average, and this one right here is the 200-day moving average. And we are seeing a death cross in Ethereum today. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal, guys. I think people hype up death crosses too much. If we come here to the Bitcoin chart and see what the death cross did to Bitcoin, it didn't really do a whole lot. I talked about this on the channel. It just wasn't a big deal. We zoom in here, we can see the death cross. We can see it pretty clearly. Let's zoom in here a little bit more. We can see it happen right here. And this candlestick right here, this big red candlestick, actually happened a few days before the death cross. So you could attribute that to the death cross if you wanted. I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of people saw this uptrend and they were like, okay, well, let's sell down to here. It probably helped us stay below this long-term uptrend. But anyway, my point is I'm not that worried about a death cross in Ethereum. So I personally I'm not hugely worried about it or anything, and I don't really think you should be either, but this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy with an opinion on the internet. Make your own financial decisions, guys. The next thing I want to talk about is this long-term downtrend. As we can see, there is a very long-term downtrend with the touch right here, and right here. We have one of these. You can find this on basically every single one of the top cryptocurrencies. We have this on the Bitcoin market. That would be this one right here. We had a very strong downtrend on pretty much every single cryptocurrency, guys. We had a pivot point for Bitcoin right here, right around $20,000, and then we had an establishing point right here, right around $17,000, and then we bounced off of it again down here at 11.7. And a similar thing happened on Ethereum. We had a all-time high and a pivot point right here around $1,400. We bounced off of it and created the establishment point here right around $1,250, and then we also bounced off of it again close to $900. And now we are coming up, we're trading sideways into it again. We want to try and get above this. We want to get above this downtrend because these downtrends are very, very powerful in a lot of the cryptocurrencies, especially the bigger ones. We want to get above these. It's a very strong level of resistance that we want to get through. I think you guys get the point with that one. So let's move down here to a couple of our indicators. MACD, as you can see, the MACD has just broken into bullish territory. As we can see, the 12 has crossed the 26, and we're in bullish territory on the MACD on the day chart. The RSI went very, very overextended down here below 20 a couple days ago. Ethereum got very overextended, very oversold on the RSI. We're now coming back up a little bit. As we can see, we're back into regular trading territory. RSI is right around 34, 35 right now, which is better, but we're still pretty low on the RSI. So I do definitely think that something is potentially about to happen on Ethereum. I'm not saying for a fact that it's about to break out, but if Ethereum does break out and it can break this long-term level of resistance, I think the altcoins are going to follow it, guys, because a lot of times when Ethereum is on a run, the altcoins follow. It's kind of like you can kind of break cryptocurrency up into Bitcoin and the altcoins, and whatever the altcoins do, they normally all kind of move together with a little bit of discrepancy. And then there's Bitcoin. They normally move in roughly the same area, but as we can see here, Ethereum topped out on, was this the 13th of January? I didn't remember the exact date on that, in contrast, Bitcoin topped out right around the 16th of December. So Ethereum actually topped out about a month later. Ethereum did all of this. Ethereum did all of from here to here when Bitcoin was doing from here to here. So Bitcoin was having some pretty bad days when Ethereum was still going. That's because the altcoins were a bit delayed, because a lot of the valuation moved into them a bit later, a bit after it moved into Bitcoin, so they were a bit behind. So anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. I think Ethereum definitely has the potential to start a little bit of an altcoin run, or at least help get our feet back under us in cryptocurrency. I really do think that we're about to see something happen in cryptocurrency, guys, because this is actually the shortest, most severe bear market that we've seen in cryptocurrency ever since at least 2013. If there may have been some percentage moves before there that I'm not familiar with that were even higher than that, but back then Bitcoin was worth like $10, so that, I mean, we're not even going to count that. Bitcoin has never retraced 70% in the span of 2.5 months like it did here. From December 16th to February the 6th, it retraced 70%. It's never retraced that fast, that quick. It's never done it. It has retraced more than that, but it's never retraced that quickly. And Ethereum has retraced even more quickly than Bitcoin has, guys. I think a bull market is about to form. I think what we really need is we need more adoption to come into the space. We need more people to get more aware of cryptocurrencies, and we need more people to start using them. Because right now, cryptocurrency is a very speculative investment. We want to start moving Bitcoin from a speculative investment to a tangible investment. Now, Bitcoin's not tangible, of course, but I think you get what I mean. We want to see more real-world applicative value in the space. And I think Ethereum and other protocol coins or protocol tokens such as it can really help to bring that into the cryptocurrency space. Before I close out the video, I do want to mention one thing. One thing to keep in mind about Ethereum is that Ethereum is the first, well, not necessarily the first, but is one of the best, is most certainly the biggest protocol coins, but it does have competitors. EOS and NEO are also coins that focus heavily on smart contracts. It does have competitors, and I think Ethereum is going to be tested quite heavily in the year of 2018, but that doesn't mean that Ethereum is not going to do well in the year of 2018. Anyway, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm just a guy on the internet. Trade at your own discretion, and I hope you guys make a lot of money. But if you enjoyed this video, you should definitely think about leaving a like and subscribing, like I said at the beginning of the video. And if you want to sign up for Binance so you can go trade Ethereum and other altcoins, there will be a link to do so in the description down below. I would not put that link down there. It is an affiliate link. I would not put that link down there if I didn't truly believe in Binance. I do all of my trades on Binance. I'm a big fan of Binance. So if you guys want to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, look no further than Binance. That's going to be my 2 cents for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, do everything I said just a second ago. Not going to repeat myself. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.